Well, hopefully England will be able to breathe a little more easily here tonight at sea level, away from the altitude of Rustenburg. Also the fact that that first game is out of the way. The only green provided here this evening will be the green of Algeria. Robert Green in the England goal has made way for David James after all the speculation. One of three changes to the England lineup. James for Green. The other change is Carragher in for the injured King, and Barry back after injury, starting in place of Milner. The England lineup is James, Johnson, Carragher, Terry and Ashley Cole. Lampard, Barry, Lennon, Rooney, Gerrard and Heskey. Algeria have made a couple of changes, and they've also brought in two very, very inexperienced players. Umboy in goal, who plays in Bulgaria, winning only his second cap, comes in for Chauchi. And Boudabous is in for Jabbour, and he's also very inexperienced. Highly thought of though, only 20, plays in France for Sochaux. None of the Algerian starting lineup play in Algeria. Their lineup is Umboy, Yahia the captain, Bouguera, who plays for Rangers, obviously in Scotland, Halish, Belhaj, one of the two Portsmouth players, who's like Fabio Capello celebrating a birthday today, 28 today, Kadir, Lassen, Ziani, the playmaker from Wolfsburg in Germany, he's got Champions League experience, Yebda, the other Pompey player, Matmour and Boudabous. The referee is just 32 years of age, Ravshan Urmatov, Uzbekistan, took charge of the opening game, South Africa against Mexico. So Chris, do you think England will be a little more relaxed this evening?
I would like to think so, but the result in the first game didn't really go according to plan, and we thought England would have 3 points. I've been interested to see how this Algerian team's been coming up on the TV monitor. They've had everybody playing everywhere. To me it looks like it does look like a three, and Belhaj is going to play left wing back, but Alishu, they've got down here as a left-sided player, is going to play in the middle of the back three. But say now Belhaj has gone into a four. Bulgaria does play right back occasionally.
England all in white, Algeria all in green. The countries have never met before. England have never been beaten by an African side. The referee just waiting for the go-ahead to start the game. Algeria, remember, beginning with a 1-0 defeat against Slovenia. That was a goalkeeping mistake as well, and that has cost the goalkeeper Chauchi his place tonight. England with so much experience in this starting lineup, 7 players with over 50 caps. If you're just joining our commentary on 5 Live, the headline is that David James returns to the England goal. The players are looking very anxious here to start. Still we wait for permission to begin this game. Earlier, remember, Slovenia 2, USA 2. If England could win this game 2-0, they will go top of the group, and actually only a draw would be necessary against Slovenia in the final game to qualify. But England need to concentrate on doing the job here. Still we wait. Rooney's looking very, very impatient. In this first half, England here in Cape Town will play from left to right in this fantastic stadium, in the city where Fabio Capello learned the draw and thought that the draw was going to be quite benevolent and quite kind to them. But after the 1-1 against the USA, it's a little more awkward. Away we go finally. And England try and get possession for the first time. Lampard's given it away though. Down the far side of the field, it's with number 21 Kadir. But Ashley Cole gets an interception. Chris Waddle all the time here is looking for clues to see the way that Algeria are going to play. But it does look as if they're going to play the players in their normal positions. Algeria now building on the edge of the England penalty area. It's the new man Boudabous turning. Now down that right hand side, and England have made a sluggish start here. They need to get a challenge here in the penalty area. Ashley Cole turns away from Kadir, and all he can do is find touch. Well, England have started poorly in recent matches, in recent friendly games. But already Algeria have had all of the possession from the kick-off as Bouguera then wastes a pass through, and David James, all in yellow, is now going to get his first touch. He's going to take a goal kick.
Well, we know how England play. We've been looking at Algeria. They're playing a 4 with 2 in front of the back 4. Well, basically they're playing a 4-5-1, and they're going to pack the midfield with a 3. They're going to let England have it, and they've got Matmour up front. Matmour for me was very quick, and he has got a goal in him.
Siani, who often plays in the hole behind the strikers, taking up a position at the moment down this left hand side. The ball into the man in purple for the first time in goal, Umboy. making his first start. That's quite an ask, isn't it, in the World Cup? And he clears now, right-footed, into the England half. Carragher will try and win the header. In fact, it's beaten everybody, and it goes through once more to David James. England looking to put their first real moves together here in this game in Cape Town on 5 Live. Glenn Johnson below on the England right. Ball played in towards Heskey. It wasn't well delivered by Johnson, though. Halish against Heskey, and it's gone through once more to the Algerian keeper.
Well, that's 2 deliveries, wasn't it? Gareth Barry played one through to the goalkeeper and Glenn Johnson. I still think England have got a little bit of nerves about them.
Well, we've seen it so many times. If only England could just settle down, if they once more are gripped by tension. Perhaps they haven't been helped by the late announcement once more of the team. But just to repeat once more, Gerrard is now back on that left-sided position with licence to roam. It's Rooney and Heskey, Lennon to the right, Lampard and particularly Barry, the sitting players in midfield. And England now looking to try and settle down here. Fantastic support, wonderful mild evening for them, no excuses really, as Ashley Cole now has possession and the ball is played by Barry to Rooney for the first time. Rooney up against Bagheera, Ashley Cole tumbles over, out of play. I think he's got a free kick over on the far side. Bagheera was the man who was guilty. So here's a chance for England to test the Algerian defenders. Certainly the goalkeeper who played before, Chauchi, was a bit of a flapper in goal. Here's a chance now for Gerrard to put one in and try and trouble Umboy on his first start. Rooney and Heskey on the edge of the area, and now a late run from John Terry. Remember, England started well with an early goal against the USA. Steven Gerrard then with a free kick for England, looking for Heskey. Algeria trying to clear here, still inside the penalty area. Now perhaps a counter-attack on for them as Bagheera knocks it forward, but it was well read by Gareth Barry. Then in comes a lunging challenge over on the far side. Referee was happy with it though, and it's a throw-in only to Algeria, and it's about 10 yards from the halfway line. That was a nice pass from Gareth Barry a few months ago. Not such a good touch on the ball though now from Bagheera. England have a throw in far side the left, 0-0.
I'm still trying to work out. They are tight 3 at the back, I've got to say. Kadir's coming back and picking Gerrard up, and Belhadj is playing on the left side. Come full back, come wing back.
Well, both of these coaches will have done piles of homework coming into this match as John Terry for England tries to steer the ball forward. England looking to settle their nerves down, and it's Steven Gerrard now with a high one, and it's too high towards the goalkeeper, but he was backtracking a bit there. His positioning wasn't great and he had to stretch, and in the end it was a clean catch for the new man Umboy in the Algeria goal.
Well, it wasn't convincing, was it? I thought it had just got past him, but he held on to it.
Algeria getting plenty of men back behind the ball as they now try and build in midfield. It's with Belhadj, the Portsmouth left back. Algeria motioning immediately, instinctively to go backwards once more, and a clearance. It's a terrible clearance from the goalkeeper. Now can Rooney take advantage? 2 defenders in his way. Rooney finds Gerrard. Oh, Gerrard tried to return it to Lampard instead of having a crack himself, and Algeria let off the hook there, but that was a terribly nervous clearance by the goalkeeper Umboy. England 0, Algeria 0 on 5 Live. Algeria now trying to escape, England having to backtrack. They've got speedy players in midfield, and it's an excellent run down the far side by Matt Moore. England just for the moment out of position. Matt Moore drags it back. Boudabouz was almost there. England got a foot in, and that was a very, very pacey counter-attack there from Algeria.
Well, that's how England get caught out, don't they? Was it Ziani who picked it up? Terrific run and released Matt Moore, and he should have hit it. He should have hit it, the young boy.
Algeria throwing, number 21, Kadir to take it, far side the right, onto the 20-year-old Boudabouz. A good ball into the unmarked player in midfield who shot his charge down, and now Glenn Johnson looking to try and bring some style to the England side. He's put one down this right-hand side for Heskey to chase. Heskey turning with a defender, try to play it into Aaron Lennon. Johnson fails to get possession on the halfway line, and it's back inside the England half once more with Carragher. England 0, Algeria 0. But just a couple of moments on the break already from the Algerians to show that they are very quick on the counter-attack. Most of these players, French-born, opted to play for Algeria. 17 in the squad, born in France. Ashley Cole now cutting in for England down the left-hand side. Appeal for handball there against the defender, but cleared by Algeria. Ashley Cole made a really good run, and so Gerrard will have to cover now over on the left-hand side. Cole and Gerrard there together. John Terry was there as well, and so instinctively when Ashley Cole went forward, Gerrard filled in.
No, but there's good movement. Ashley Cole's got forward well. We'll try to get Lennon in. Heskey's got to look after the ball a little bit better already. He's given it away cheaply.
Oh, nice pass there by Barry, but Rooney couldn't take it, and Belhadj now feeds Bagheera, and Bagheera all on his own at the moment brings it forward, and then Algeria look to Matt Moore inside the centre circle. Algeria playing from right to left here. A ball to this near side towards Ziani. Can't control it though with his head, and it's going to be an England throw. England still haven't settled down yet completely. And a couple of times Algeria have been neat and quick on the break. So there could be some testing moments for John Terry and Jamie Carragher. And Gareth Barry certainly will be needed on his return to try and give some protection to the back four. You're listening to 5 Live at the World Cup. The final game of this day. England 0, Algeria 0. England's second game in the group. It's a must-win game really now as Gerrard tries to cut the ball out over on the far side of the field. It's with number 7, buildup, turning around Gareth Barry. Decent pass here from Matt Moore. Matt Moore now on to Ziani. Ziani's just forced to go square. Johnson harrying him well, but now Ziani goes forward once more, and Lennon has conceded a corner. Algeria's first, near side the left.
Tell you what, mate, so far Algeria look a very dangerous outfit. They're very comfortable in possession, 1 and 2 touch football. They've got a bit of pace about them as well.
And they have their first corner, and it's going to be taken by Ziani. It's a dreadful corner, and Gerrard at the near post will stab it clear, so no testing moment there for David James. And that was a big opportunity wasted by Algeria. 0-0 here in Cape Town. Throw in now, and the ball lifted into the England penalty area. John Terry climbs, but Algeria still have possession. Down that right-hand side, it's Kadir playing over on the right, up against Ashley Cole. Ball back again with Budabus. Some good movement at times here from the North African side. Ball now into the England penalty area, which Johnson can leave, and it's going to be a goal kick. But already, with only 7 minutes gone, we've seen enough here of Algeria to illustrate that they could be a handful.
I think they are. Budabus has started the game for a young lad very, very well. Technically excellent. And as I say, they've got a bit of pace about them. So when England do lose a possession high up the field, there is gaps. And
they're filling their midfield too. Yebda, I see, is just controlling that central area in front of the back four. And England yet to really build up a momentum here in Cape Town. Lampard for England. Good ball now onto Barry. Now can Barry play it to this right-hand side? Johnson's there now. He almost stumbled, but now Johnson can play it in towards Lennon, and it goes off the defender Halish. Well, not just to be a back pass, he got his foot in, and goalkeeper number 23 Umboy is there to throw to the far side the field to the captain Yahir. He was the man who got the goal against Egypt in the playoff game in Sudan. Now it's Yebda of Portsmouth to the unmarked Budabus. England need to tighten up a bit in midfield. Finding it hard here at times, England getting outnumbered a little bit in that middle area. Ziani now chases across to the far side of the field, and England managed to dispossess him. Fine work there from Jamie Carragher. Carragher turns. Barry's touch has to be good here because he's surrounded by Algerian players, and that's a thing about them. They do hunt the ball well in numbers. They're a very athletic team as well, but England will be looking to try and trouble them at the other end of the field, because over the seasons they have proved to be suspect, especially when the ball is put into the air in the penalty. Rooney really struggling to get into the game here. Immediately as the ball went to him, he was surrounded by green shirts. One of the Algerian players has gone down. The goalkeeper, though, launches it long, and it's going to be a goal kick for England. They haven't stopped the game here. And at the moment, there are just a few problems in that centre of the field for England.
Well, there is. They're getting good possession, and they're moving the ball very, very well. I think the ideal scenario for Algeria is when England do get in the final third, that's when they want to pinch the ball, and that's when they've looked dangerous.
Well, we're looking here for Wayne Rooney to explode in the World Cup. He's made a quietish start here today, just as he did against the USA, but we've only played just under 10 minutes. Now Lampard near side, down the line, poor ball, and that really just should have found its target. Johnson, it didn't, and it was sloppy and careless there by England, who still seem to be showing just a little too much apprehension here in the first 10 minutes. The results have gone their way so far today. The 2-2 between America and Serbia. Heskey now trying to win a corner kick, and he hasn't quite got it. It's a goal kick to Algeria.
If you look at Algeria, though, they want to play every time they get it there. Throw in, Belhaj threw it. He was marked by Heskey. It was a risky throw, but that's how they play. They like to play to feet. They've got good movement, all technically very good. But as you say, discipline at the back and marking at times has let them down.
Well, they're a real mix, of course, Algeria, a North African team playing here in South Africa, Arab culture and European-born players, essentially. Most of these players have grown up in France, perhaps realised that they weren't going to get into the French national side, but they've every chance here with Algeria, and they've started well. But now Gerrard inside the centre circle. England need a bit more urgency. Rooney's given it away. Should have returned the pass to Steven Gerrard, and Rooney's touch so far letting him down. As now Bouguera plays it down the right-hand side for Algeria. Across comes Ashley Cole to try and cut out the danger, but he hasn't. And now the ball is lifted in. First testing moments for David James. With one fist, he was late coming for it. And England in a pickle here in the penalty area, all because of a weak punch from David James. That wasn't convincing. Now England find Rooney, and now Rooney with a good ball for the first time finds Lennon on this near side, and it's England counter-attacking. Lennon now lays the ball off to this near side. Johnson onto Heskey. Rooney's in the penalty area. Heskey looks up, wins in the end only a corner, when he might have got it in earlier for Wayne Rooney.
I was just going to say the same words, mate. He had time to put it in, he got it out of his feet, just put it in with pace, a bit of a delivery, hesitated. They've got a corner, and this is where I think England can catch this side out. For all he's picked a lot of the big players, the tall players in the Algerian squad, this is where I think England may catch these out.
Well, the longer the game goes on, Algeria will grow more and more confident here. This would be a good time for England to strike from this first corner kick of the evening to try and test the new inexperienced goalkeeper. Gareth Barry with the free kick. Goalkeeper doesn't come for it, and Heskey rose almost too high, but I think he's been penalised anyway for pushing, and he headed it well over, and it's a goal kick. But the keeper there was completely rooted to the spot. He wasn't going to come for it, but in the end Heskey was pulled up by the officials here.
He's all over Bulgaria, and Rooney was in there as well, but high over the ball. But England have in recent games worked set pieces very well.
Well, England are back in the system that served them well in the qualifying campaign, with Gerrard on the left cutting in, trying to link with Rooney. Heskey's there as well, Gareth Barry protecting, but they still haven't settled yet, and they're looking to the big players here to stamp their authority. Men like Frank Lampard is on the ball now. Lampard sends it to the far side of the field to his Chelsea captain John Terry. Terry now on to Gareth Barry. Barry with his left foot. Long ball looking for Ashley Cole, and he's been overhit. Has it? Ashley Cole can't get there by the corner flag. And they still haven't got the measure of this Jabalani ball.
I don't really think it's the ball. I think, it tends to show everybody who's played short football have had results. I class these pitches, the way they water them and with the ball, it's like playing on AstroTurf. You've got to play to feet.
Algeria clear, 0-0, 13 minutes gone in the first half here. An alarm a few moments ago with a unconvincing punch from David James, restored to the England lineup. And England now looking for some inspiration here, and certainly they need to climb up a gear or two here. This has been a slow staccato beginning from England once more, looking a little bit apprehensive, a little bit edgy. Heskey's been fouled, and the free kick is quickly taken. Referees let them do it, and then Lampard, expecting Lennon to make the run, played it to the right hand side and gave the ball away. Heskey slow to get back up on his feet again, and England didn't benefit from that quickly taken free kick, as Halish now hits a good long ball to the far side of the field. Algeria neat and tidy and composed. They haven't got a really dangerous striker up front, but they've certainly runners coming through from midfield to try and test the England defenders. Neat ball in now towards Ziani, who's in the end the referee says manhandled by Johnson. Free kick he allows Algeria to take quickly too, and there's a nice change of pace here, and then the shot is driven in from Boudabous, and it's well wide. It was very, very ambitious. So almost 15 minutes gone in the first half. Let's get some thoughts from Graham Taylor, who's alongside us here tonight. Graham.
Well, I have to say I like the formation that Algeria are playing. It's 3 at the back, sometimes it's 5, and when they push forward they're not outnumbered in midfield. If they had a main threat as in the centre forward position, I think they would have given England even more problems than they have done at the present time. I think they've been impressive. England are taking some time to settle into this.
Aaron Lennon now for England, bustling forward. Lennon's ball, and then Gerrard swept it forward early and over. But the problem here for England, and Algeria have done some homework, no question. They're filling midfield, they're going to be hard to break down, and then on the counter-attack they're very quick on the break. So there are problems here for Fabio Capello and England to try and solve.
I think they're pushing in. I think the object of playing the 3 goes into a 4 when Ballard. They're trying really just to push onto Lennon, push onto Gerrard, so they don't get the ball to feet, and they're making England really force it and play longer balls. England
0, Algeria 0 in this huge game, really, because the second game really can affect the entire shape of the qualifying group. England really have to win it, otherwise there's going to be enormous pressure going into the final match. It's 0-0 and you're listening to 5 Live, and it's Jamie Carragher of England, this time onto feet. Little spin from Lennon. England need more conviction than that. Lennon gave it away straight away. Belhaj was there with a dangerous ball back, almost putting the defender Halish into problems. England trying to win it back, and this is what Capello wants. He wants them to hunt the ball back in midfield as well when they give it away. But again, some of the passing early on here from England has been careless. There's a lot of finger pointing down there by Stuart Pearce alongside Fabio Capello. Algeria looking to try and play a 1-2 on the edge of the area. Johnson gives it back to James, and James' clearance wasn't very good. It's straight back to Algeria once more. and Ziani, and that's good pace from Ziani to get away from Johnson. Dangerous ball in. Barry was back inside the penalty area. England haven't cleared it. Ball played in again by Ziani. Oh, and that was it was Jamie Carragher who had a go at it, and I tell you what, if he'd made contact with that could have been problems for his own goalkeeper. Had he made any kind of interception there, he would have perhaps sliced that over James. England lucky, and the throw into Algeria again far side, and still England in this performance are starting slowly, slowly.
I thought Ziani got round Glenn Johnson very, very easy. He didn't do a trick, it was just pace, push the ball and run. They look very nervous at the back, England. Still look, there's not a lot of confidence. Look, the ball's going everywhere. There doesn't seem to be a leader there.
Not treating the ball as a friend at the moment, giving it away cheaply. Another ball into the England penalty area, and even that was an edgy header away by Jamie Carragher. He could have got more distance with it. Instead he's headed it sideways, out of play, and Algeria have more possession near side. It's Ziani back to the halfway line, and the centre-back Halish's ball in, which I'm not sure Terry needed to head there, but there wasn't much communication with the goalkeeper, because I don't suppose they play together much in training. And now another ball back into the England area, which James allows to bounce and then scuffs it back towards the centre circle. And England at the moment a little shapeless, and they need something here, or they need to make it happen for themselves. Algeria lose out in midfield. Barry strides forward, but it's a good challenge back on Gareth Barry, and Algeria very quick to recover, win it back once more. Algeria getting more possession. Number 15 is Ziani. Another nice change of pace, a shake of the hips to get around Johnson, and that was approved by the Algerian fans. And these are worrying moments here for Fabio Capello in England. There's now Matt Moore 30 yards away from James' goal. He shot his charge down by Carragher, but the ball is coming back to the men in green most of the time. Down that far side it's Bagheera against Heskey. England at the moment is second best. Heskey trying to find Gerrard. Now can the captain lift England? Gerrard onto Lampard. Lampard sees Lennon. Rooney trots forward. Lennon goes inside the Algerian half. Aaron Lennon now trying to show some pace here. It's Gerrard in the centre of midfield with a terrible pass, which Bagheera clears. It was snatched up, that was, by Gerrard without any composure. 18.5 minutes gone. It's 0-0, and here come Algeria once more. Carragher trying to hold up Matt Moore near side, and Algeria win the throw-in.
You've got to say, mate, Algeria are by far the better side. They're compact, they're playing together, they all know what their game is, and they're moving the ball excellent. 1 and 2 touch. They've got a lot of legs and a lot of pace in this side. They're causing so many problems.
England look anxious, England look nervy as the ball comes into the England area, and Terry's header away wasn't great. Shot driven in from Algeria, could have gone anywhere. England failing to clear it. Slow to react there was Lennon. Fabio Capello is prowling down there, not happy. It's Ziani for Algeria. Algeria's ball into the England penalty area. Header on, and James is there, and we were looking for huge improvement here tonight from England. And Capello, I think, is just telling James to calm down. Don't launch it and lose it. Keep it. 19 minutes gone. Lennon again now, near side the right. We've seen almost nothing of Wayne Rooney in these opening 20 minutes. It's Lampard to Barry. Barry now to Rooney. Rooney gave it early. Gerrard went forward and he was caught. Gerrard in full flight was caught, and it's a free kick to England, but it's at least 35, almost 40 yards away from the Algerian goal.
Well, that's the benefit you get of Gerrard when he comes inside, there's no doubt about that, but it's the first real time I think England have strung 3 or 4, and I'm on about quick passes and a bit of movement.
Gerrard now following the free kick, a nice touch from Rooney on the edge of the area. Rooney trying to make an angle for him shot, and hit a defender. It took all the sting out of it, and it drops to the goalkeeper. The interesting thing would be to see here, if England were to be able to go in front, what effect that would have on the Algerian team. But at the moment that's a long way from happening. Algeria posing most of the danger as now Johnson volleys the ball into the centre circle. England are giving it away too much. Straight back once more to the opposition. Belhaj near side. This is the Algerian left. England 0, Algeria 0 on 5 Live. Johnson with a header up against Ziani, who's given him quite a few problems in the opening 20 minutes. And the North Africans have a throw-in.
Well, I've got to give the coach of Algeria. They've never looked great coming into this tournament. They did okay against Slovenia in the first game. Nothing but tonight. They've actually got the system right. We always England on a break to give a high studs by Lampard. But you've got to say Algeria are the team who really are passing the ball around, looking threatening.
Here they come again, down the right-hand side. England now having to get players back, but they're not picking up the Algerian players when they come forward. And Bagheera, the centre-back, is now deep inside the England half, but he shows too much of that to Gareth Barry. Barry wants to clear, and gets a reasonable clearance in towards the advertising board over on the far side. England haven't settled, and we've played almost a quarter of the game. Here come the Algerians once more, and they may get a shot in here. Driven in, it was well defended though by John Terry. England just can't get hold of the ball here. It's Gerrard against Kadir over on the right hand side. Another ball played into the England penalty area now. Matt Moore gives it back, and now lovely play from Algeria. A drag back there, and nobody really marking up for England on the edge of the penalty area. Comes out of play. Yebda can't get it. England have a throw in, and Capello's standing down there, arms folded, and now motioning to Wayne Rooney. England looking to their big stars here to impose themselves. Lampard, Gerrard and Rooney in particular, but they're not getting enough of the ball here. Even England mess the throw-in up. Halish now. Ball to this near side, which Johnson lets travel forward, and it hits the corner flag and stays in play. Carragher has to be quick here to react. Carragher's ball in the end is shoveled out of play for an Algeria throw-in halfway inside the England half. Troubling times here, but it is still 0-0. Ball with Belhaj, who's just pinching a few yards down this near side to take the throw-in. Carragher now trying to mark up on the edge of the penalty area, but Matt Moore's dangerous, and Carragher hasn't managed to get it away. Still danger here. Belhaj with a cross to the far post. Too deep for any Algerian players. It's the halfway point of the first half. It's 0-0, and here now comes Alan Green.
As Bagheera crosses the ball into the penalty area, Yebda gets his right foot to it, but it's a high lob really. It's taking the deflection. It's going to be a corner.
I think they come off John Terry. Terrific ball in by Bagheera, and it's all Algeria. You've got to say it's Gareth Barry who plays it away. But it's the same problem we had when we played at Rustenburg against America. We don't pick up second balls. They dominate in midfield, which America did, and it's always difficult. England basically at the minute are playing on the counter-attack, and they're not getting any joy.
England are atrocious so far. Maybe simply they're not remotely as good as we thought they were. Algeria corner taken by Belhaj, left-footed, in-swing, good catch by David James.
Fantastic catch. Two Algerian players attacking it, kept his eye on it, terrific catch. But England have got to start getting... We've got to see Lampard and Barry get on the ball. There's nobody getting on the ball.
Here's Johnson to Barry. Barry just short of the centre circle. Terry to his left. Barry moves forward, finds the captain Gerrard. Rooney to the right. On it goes to the United striker. Rooney with a cross, looking for Heskey, who tries to chest it in the direction of Lampard. Got it wrong, and it's taken away by Yebda. Algeria, much the better team at the moment. It's fed down the right side towards Kadir, with Cole got there first. The pass back to James, and James slices the clearance up over the halfway line. Good header, a defensive header to the left-hand side to Belhaj. Into Ziani. Ziani fancies running at Johnson. He's already shown he could beat him easily. Johnson tries to track him away from the danger area, and then there's a back heel from Ziani, and it's out of play.
This is a team what's been struggling at, and how confident are these? They are so compact. They've worked hard. They know when you play English team, you've got to work hard. There's no doubt about that. But technically, they are far superior.
I can't think of an England player who's playing remotely well at the moment. Barry caught in possession there. No infringement. Even it was Lampard actually. Lampard thought it was should have been a free kick against Algeria, but it's not. Belhaj to Yahya, the captain, under pressure, but flicks it to the halfway line. Ziani. And Ziani with a crossfield ball, accurately hit, cut out though by Ashley Cole. Cole to Lennon, who pops up on the left side now, and is ineffective so far as he was against the United States. Hardly in the game.
Well, we're just trying to get his shape. Rooney's not getting in the game, can't get any supply. Heskey is just getting out muscled, really. He's not won anything. Barry and Lampard haven't touched the ball, and they're not picking any second balls. They're just chasing green shirts at the minute. Free
kick taken for England. To Barry. Barry approaching the penalty area. Overhits the cross, high and wide, and out it goes for a throw-in. Well, it's awful.
Well, you want Gerrard loose, Alan, and he's got that freedom, but they just can't get the ball to him. And then when he's come inside, Algeria are picking all the balls up, and they've got an outlet every time on the right with Kadar, and they just get out easy. There's no pressure.
Ziani back to Belhaj after the throw-in. It's whacked upfield, and Terry allows it to clear his head through to David James, who thankfully has settled down after that flopping punch in the early stages of the game. We played nearly 26 minutes here in Cape Town. You're listening to 5 Live in the BBC. England 0, Algeria 0. And trust me, we're not worth 0-0. Barry to Rooney. Rooney's on the halfway line here. Gets it to Gerrard. Rooney gets further forward where he should be. Gerrard's pass to the right to Johnson. Good control by Johnson. Edge of the penalty area. Lennon, casual little flick to no good avail at all, and it's easily cleared by Algeria. Ziani back to Belhaj, and Belhaj just steps away from Lennon. Belhaj flicks it into the danger area. Heskey might be there, so too is Gerrard. Was there a trip? Ball breaks at Rooney. Rooney just pushed away by Bagheera, and it's behind. It's a free kick he's given against Rooney.
I tell you what, Belhaj, I've watched him, and it's 3 times he's passed balls into the box. He's not looking, obviously, for me. He's putting these defenders under so much pressure. He's just got to play inside or forward.
The thing is, I honestly don't think they're that good. I mean, I really don't.
Well, they're making them look good.
But
they're good on the eye so
England
far.
are appalling.
I think they've been good on the eye. The movement's excellent. Technically, they're brilliant.
Oh, Capello's look tells 1,000 stories. As Algeria take a free kick, but England win the ball back. Here's Heskey. Heskey, handball, yep. According to the linesman. Heskey feels that his shirt was being pulled. Capello laughs.
Now you can see, though, why people are saying play Rooney up front and play an extra midfield man, because we can't get any control of this game.
It ain't working. Capello should know it. Yahya takes the free kick, drives it towards the far side. Kadir keeps it in play close to the corner fly, crossed down to the penalty area, cleared on the half volley by Barry. And who's the England player down injured?
Gerrard.
No, it's not. It's Terry. It's Terry.
Well, I don't see how, because the ball gets rolled back. He's coming late, and I think Bagheera's trod on him accidentally. It didn't look anything that he meant it.
Graham Taylor is a bit further away than normal. He's about 10 yards away. Graham, does it look any better from your perspective?
I've got to say, Alan, it doesn't. I have to say I'm impressed with how Algeria have played. I'm impressed with how they use their formation, but they actually are outnumbering England in all the vital parts of the pitch. They're keeping the ball well. The one big factor, there's 2 in England's favour, is one, Algeria don't seem to have an end product, and the other thing is they will give the ball away now and again in dangerous parts of the field, which can help England. But at the present time, we've gone a long way through the first half, and Algeria have been by far the better side.
Thanks, Graham. Terry seemed to get a crack in the head there, which he feels the linesman should have spotted. He's received treatment, he's back on the pitch, and Algeria have the ball rather. Yahya of Bochum to Belhaj on the near side of the field, and into Lassen on to Belhaj. Neat football from the North African side, and then on to Ziani, but Ziani offside, and it's a free kick to England.
Well, Belhaj was in a fantastic position there, wasn't he? Just out on line with the 18-yard box. He's looking in the box. Not one player. Matt Ward come out. He wanted to defeat everybody. Them Ziani, they all wanted to defeat. Sometimes if it can just get a couple of players gambling in that box and get the ball in, nobody in the box, it's all for them.
Do you know what gets me? It's the lack of momentum and pace in the England display so far. You know, watching Italy the other night, okay, they only drew the game, but they were quick and they played defeat. And England are just not at the game at the moment, despite the fans trying to lift them. Barry to Gerrard, and Gerrard to Rooney. Back to Gerrard. This is a little bit better. Gerrard comes forward. Gerrard shoots low, straight at the goalkeeper. Easy save.
Easy save. Pitch just in front of me. Did well though, the goalkeeper, just to keep hold of it. We've seen many spill in this tournament so far. Kept his eye on it, got it into his chest, 2 hands wrapped round it. A little bit better. That's Gerrard linking up with Rooney.
But why are England so slow? You know, they can't point to heat. The temperature's absolutely perfect tonight in Cape Town. Heskey plays the ball to Lampard, and Lampard to Johnson. Johnson with a bit of room down the right side. Early cross, high towards Heskey. Good header away by Bagheera, and it's out of play for an England throw-in.
Yeah, coach has got a big back 3 there, hasn't he? The 3 boys at the back are big, and it's going to have to be a very good delivery for someone in England to get ahead on it. Bagheera again clears.
Ashley Cole with the throw-in to Barry. In now to Rooney, 30 yards of goal. Rooney beats one defender, plays it to Lampard, back towards Rooney, too long, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Well, I think Frank Lampard wanted it on his right foot there, didn't he? He just scooped it with his left foot. As soon as it hits the surface, so we've seen it every game, the ball skids away, and that's why the teams, I think, who pass the feet have had the success.
But I'm just looking around the white shirts and I'm thinking, are you playing well? Not one of them. Not one. It's a really poor display by England. There's a foul by Kadir on Terry. Free kick taken. Rooney couldn't keep possession. Rooney's just not involved in the game. That's a good ball to the left side towards Belhaj. Belhaj is quick enough to get there. Close to the corner flag. Turns one way, then the other, beats Lennon easily, and then the cross bounces in front of James, who catches.
Well, Belhaj, unfortunately, it was a slight deflection on the cross for him, but he's wanting the two boys who are in the box, who've made the ground up, to gamble and come near post. They're very static, Algeria, when they get in the box. No movement.
Here's Ziani. Ziani cutting in field away from Johnson, but Heskey was tracking back. Well done, Emil Heskey. Johnson was far too easily beaten defensively, and now it is Johnson who plays it back to James. James clears it upfield. 31.5 minutes gone here in Cape Town. Beautiful Greenpoint Stadium, but a very ugly England display so far. But here's Rooney. 0-0 in Cape Town. Rooney slips. You know something? He did nothing against the United States.
It's not Wembley, this, is it?
No, it's not. Nothing wrong with it. Rooney does well. Wins the ball back. Plays it to Barry. And now Lampard. Gerrard's in a good position. Gerrard takes up possession, and on it goes to Lennon. What about a decent cross, Aaron Lennon? Lennon from the right, whips it in towards the near post, headed down, chance for Lampard. Lampard shot saved.
Well, it was a good effort. Lampard, we see the week in, week out in a Chelsea shirt, gets in the box very, very well, and he's just snatched at it with his left foot. But give this goalkeeper credit who stepped in tonight. He held it again. But that's where the difference between the two sides are. When England do get up the field, they do have a lot of white shirts in the box, where we've seen Algeria, they don't want to put people in the box, and that's why they're not going to score goals.
Remember, earlier in the same group, it finished Slovenia 2, the United States 2. Slovenia top the group at the moment with 4 points, the US have 2. England have 1, Algeria 0. But you don't, for goodness sake, surely we can beat Algeria. You know, all the hype about what England were going to do in this tournament, and so far it's been a shambles. I should remind you that in 1990, as you know well, Chris, England didn't win either of their opening 2 games, and of course went on to the semi-final. That's a very powerful back pass by Barry. Good control by James. That was more like a shot by Gareth Barry. James hits the clearance upfield. Heskey heads it toward Gerrard, but Heskey adjudged to have fouled the Algerian. That's a free kick to the North African side. Much the better team.
They are. As I said, they've just got nothing in the final third, or getting players in the box, or quality. Anything up to there, you've got to say they've dominated this game.
Halish takes the free kick, and it's now with Lassen. On to Belhaj. Lassen once more. Back to Halish. And plenty of time to clear the ball, left-footed, upfield towards Matmore. Matmore with a header in field. Terry reacts, plays it back to Carragher. Back it goes to James. That didn't look convincing defending by England. James clearance. Heskey chests it, but only to Kader. On the far side of the field, rather, it was Budabous. Budabous again, running away from Gerrard. And then Barry gets in a challenge. Gerrard takes it up for England. Really poor so far from Capello's team. Lennon on the halfway line. Back to Johnson. And now Barry again. We all thought the return of Barry would be influential, releasing Gerrard and Lampard to more attacking roles. Not so far it hasn't. Lennon to Gerrard. And now Barry. Barry falls over, and there wasn't a foul. Referee's quite right. Barry, I think, made of a problem now. But England have a problem defensively. Ziani breaking forward, up to the edge of the England penalty. Onto his right foot, shoots wide. Well, Barry okay.
Barry's limping a little bit. We've got to watch that ankle, but again, caught in possession, not enough movement, very sluggish, and they break quick. Ziani's being a handful for Glenn Johnson. Comes inside. Ideally, he's got to hit it the other corner. He's gone near post. Never going to beat David James there.
Is there a redeeming feature of the England display so far?
No, I've struggled. What is it now? 35 minutes gone, and one shot from Lampard, really, of any worthwhile effort. You're going to say, well, David James hasn't really been troubled, but just in possession and in the way they've played, Algeria have just controlled the game.
Remember, the lines will be opening in about 20 minutes' time for 6:06, which I'll present here from Cape Town. 0500 909 693. At the moment, I promise it to be an absolutely miserable experience presenting that programme. England are awful, typified by that pass by Barry. And Princes Harry and William don't look happy either. Long way to come to watch this loaded drivel. Ball cleared to the far side for Algeria. Great control by Kader. Kader on the halfway line. Left for Yebda. Yebda right of the centre circle. Matt Moore with a movement upfield. Kadir has it now. Wide to Boudabous. And it's out of play off Ashley Cole for a throw into Algeria. Clueless we look. Absolutely clueless. Shapeless. Here's Rooney winning the ball. Slipping again. Get proper studs weighing. Rooney in now to Lampard. Lampard on towards Lennon. The pass was overhit. Half cleared. Picked up by Heskey. Couldn't control it. And it's out of play for a throw in England.
Belhadji's been caught out there with a slowly back pass or a sloppy pass or trying to play little passes at times. And that's 3 teams now.
Glenn Johnson to take the throw in for England. Up over the edge of the Algeria penalty area. To Lennon. Back to Johnson. Johnson crosses into the penalty area. Half cleared. Gerrard on the volley. Right foot so high it almost touched the clouds.
Well, it's just not happened, Alan. 36. The good thing for England is they're not a goal behind. They haven't deserved anything, rightly so, what you're saying, but they're not a goal down, and hopefully he can sort it out at half time, because as you say, it's a poor performance.
Can I pose a question? From my opening team sheet for the US game, I had Joe Cole in the England team. How can Joe Cole not get into this team? What has Lennon done at the moment to justify starting either game? Here's Carragher deputising for Ledley King up to the halfway line, and he plays it back 20 yards to Terry, and all the way back it goes to James. James now with his right foot dispatches the ball high towards Heskey, who jumps well, chests it down, controls it, finds Lampard to Barry. Good run by Ashley Cole down the left. Barry ignores it, plays it back to Terry. On to Barry. Ashley Cole's thinking, why did I bother? Here's Lampard to the right side, and Lennon controlling it. Decent cross, Aaron. Lennon though rushes forward, moves in field, plays it back. Barry shaped as if to shoot, changed his mind, now shoots straight at the goalkeeper.
Well, very predictable. Needs to keep the ball a little bit better. They've shown Lennon inside. That's where you want Lennon really, for me, when he's coming in with that pace, just to look to try and dink it into Heskey for a 1-2. He's played it to Barry. Not a clean strike, and an easy save again for the goalkeeper.
7 minutes to half time and 5 live. England 0, Algeria 0. Terry forward to Gerrard, and Gerrard with a good pass to Rooney. Rooney now rushing forward beyond the defender. Good challenge came in, but it's behind for a corner, is it? No, the referee's given a free kick against Rooney.
I tell you what, Kadir saying terrific pace back there, didn't he, the young boy? What a great change of pace, because Rooney is very quick.
But he's not in the game.
No, he's finding it hard to get space, and when he's got it, he doesn't seem to have anybody to play with. He just seems to be running down cul-de-sacs at the minute.
And boy, the goalkeeper takes the goal kick. And Terry completely misjudged the jump for the header. Was lucky to get away with it. Here's Ashley Cole. Terry again. Onto Gerrard down the left. Into Terry. Terry's pass to Rooney on the halfway line. Immediately Bagheera gets in close, but Rooney does well, flicking it to the right side. And here's Glenn Johnson. Plenty of room to move forward for England. He plays it to Heskey. Heskey further upfield. Heskey's cross into the penalty area. Challenged by the defender, puts it behind off a leash for a corner.
Yep, good defender. No, it's a throw-in.
No, a throw-in, sorry. Which Johnson takes. To Lampard. Back to Johnson. And another throw-in is the result to England. No threat being carried at all by those in white so far. It can only improve, surely. Here's Barry. Gerrard available. It's back to Gerrard. On now to Lampard. Gerrard keeps running forward. It goes to Lennon, and Lennon never looked. Gives the ball away. Shocking. Far side of the field. Kadir. I don't want to pick on just one player because they're all bad. But I can't see any contribution that Aaron Lennon's making at the moment. Here's Yebda. Back to Bagheera. And into Halish. They look so comfortable.
Well, maybe they don't work on a system. You know, we don't take the team till 2 hours before kick-off, so maybe they don't work on a system. They just pick the team and say, this is how we're going to play, in a bit of paper. And the difference, Algeria just look at the team. They all know what they're doing. The movement's excellent. They've got... When they give the ball to someone, they know something's going to happen. The next player moves. With England, they're all static.
Ziani can't find Matt Moore. It's out of play for a throw-in. It's not a great game, actually, is it?
No.
It's poor. Have you seen a decent match yet, Chris? The World Cup?
No.
Same with me. I'm particularly not watching England. Barry to Gerrard. Gerrard gets it to Lampard. Wide to Johnson. 4 minutes to half-time at 5 Live. England 0, Algeria 0. Johnson back to Carragher. And on to Terry in the far side of the field. It's so slow. Barry to Lampard. Just over the halfway line. Back to Carragher. And to Terry again. Did we start there a minute ago? Have we moved forward properly? No, it's with Rooney. To Terry. To Lampard. Lampard. 20 yards over the halfway line. John Terry is now up alongside him to the left. On to Ashley Cole. A 1-2 attempted there. Didn't come off. Terry's pass wasn't good. And Bagheera just shepherds the ball behind for a goal kick.
Well, it's very slow. They're running out of ideas. Not enough movement. And something I'd like to see England keep the ball a bit more and move it, but they've got to move it a little bit quicker than what they are. Why do you play two? Well, definitely one wide man. If you can't you've got to switch the ball early to a wide man.
There is nothing good that can be said about this England display so far. 3 minutes left until the interval here in Cape Town. Beautiful Cape Town today. Glorious weather. Totally against the forecast that we were led to believe would be pertinent. Here's Carragher with a pass back to David James. James controls the ball, all in yellow. Then it's on to John Terry. Ashley Cole to his left. Infield, it's Gerrard inside the centre circle. To Terry. Gerrard again. Still inside the England half. Better ball forward to Rooney. Rooney almost missed control of it, did well. Finds Glenn Johnson running forward. Johnson moving infield without great conviction, but gets it back to Rooney. Rooney shoots from 30 yards, easily saved.
I tell you what, the goalie's done well. I know they look easy, these balls. They're pitching them just in front of him, and everyone he's kept a hold of very, very well. And
I hate to say it, he's setting an example to Robert Green, get your body behind the ball. And he's only a kid. Nope. Here's Yebda over the halfway line. And that's a ball to a pass to a player in an obvious offside position. Free kick England. Gerrard to Barry. Barry back to Carragher. 2 minutes of this torture to endure before we have the half-time interval. When one would hope that Capello could change things. James clatters it upfield. Heskey jumps, loses sight of where the ball is. Now he sees it. Brings it under control. Near the right touchline. And then he's tackled. It's out for an England throw-in. Pedestrian England. Boring England. Shot of Beckham. Might have nodded off there in the touchline. Barry runs forward, loses it, cleared over the halfway line by Algeria, and it is, I think it's the worst game I've seen in the World Cup. Shocking. Worse even than Ivory Coast and Portugal, which is saying something. England in no rush to take this throw-in. We're inside the final minute of the first half. Capello picked the team. He picks the tactics. Presumably they've been practicing the tactics, but you don't know if they don't know the team until 2 hours before kickoff. Heskey with the header to Lennon with the back heel. Again, far too casual. Straight to Halish. On now to Matt Moore. And Matt Moore plays it to the right side. Here's Kadir. Kadir on towards Matt Moore. Good challenge by Carragher, and it's out of play on the far side of the field for a throw-in.
Well, I've got to say the Algerian coach will be delighted the way they've looked after the ball. Obviously no cutting edge in the final third. That's good news for England. But England, Capello, where does he start? Well,
it'd be nice to see the odd player playing well. Lampard intercepts an attempted clearance. Rooney just easily challenged and loses the ball. Where's the world-class Wayne Rooney? Haven't seen it so far here in South Africa. Terry stretches, finds Cole. Cole almost puts Barry under pressure. In fact, he did put Barry under pressure. Algeria had the ball back. Belhaj, midway inside the England half. Turning back, dinks it into Yebda. Yebda attempting to play a 1-2. It's now with Ziani, who has moved from left to right. He plays the ball back into his own half. We're into time added on for stoppages. I didn't see a fourth official. 1 minute has been added on of this torture. And it's not too strong a word, particularly from an England perspective. They've been awful. Ball might break to Rooney. Rooney doesn't rush to get it. He looks disinterested there, Wayne Rooney. Now Belhaj rushes forward. Down the left side, he's going to run down to play. He does. The linesman surely signalled, yes, it's a throw into England.
Well, I just think that the big problem we've got is we don't pick up second balls, we don't keep the ball, we don't play quick enough, we don't know what's on it. But the two boys in midfield, they don't move the ball quick enough, they don't look forward, they don't look wide. It sort of comes into them and they want it, they get it, and then haven't got a picture in their eyes, and they turn back and go back to Carragher and John Terry. What are they going to do with it?
It's in complete contrast to the way Italy ushered the ball around quickly. And there's the half-time whistle. Shocking. Absolutely shocking, Chris.
Well, he's got to change it. I don't think the crowd's too happy, and I don't know how he's going to change it. Yes, you can look at Joe Cole, you can look whoever you like. At the minute, it's about tempo and looking forward, having a picture when it comes to you. Two boys in midfield have slowed it down too much. Never look forward at all. Gerard's wandering around now, and you've got to say Algeria have had the best shape, and technically they've been the best team.
What can you say? 0-0.
Well, I thought the moment in the first half which summed up England, Mark, tonight was the chance that fell to Frank Lampard. His face seemed to be gripped with tension, and he scuffed it without any conviction. Had he been playing in the blue of Chelsea, he would have closed his eyes and swept it home. That's what England are searching for here, club form at international level, as the sides take the field for the second half. Egypt, Mexico, Japan, even Platinum Stars, USA and now Algeria, all the games of this year so far, a non-performance in the first half. Fabio Capello, the most highly paid international manager around the world, has to come up with some answers here. He's going to start the way that he began the game, with this England lineup: James, Johnson, Carragher, Terry and Ashley Cole, Lampard, Barry, Lennon, Rooney, Gerrard and Heskey. Lennon won't be given long, I don't think, in this second half. And that's the England lineup. The England team completely unable to come to terms with an Algerian system, which is a sort of 3-4-2-1, which has caused all sorts of problems. And the Algerian lineup of Boy, Bagheera, Halish, Yahia. Second half just begins. Kadir, Yebda, Belhaj, Boudabous, Lassen, Ziani, Matmour. The Uzbekistan referee had a very easy first half, really. No moments to clear up, and England now, how will they react? The crowd are trying to respond immediately as Terry finds Lampard. England in this second half play from right to left. The first half much worse than the performance against the USA. Johnson's ball in. England now look to Rooney once more. Rooney, though, his touch is locking him down here. England need just to get forward and build up some momentum here. Need a bit more urgency. Need to hunt the ball back quicker. Need to hold on to it when they get it. And now it's Kadir, all in green, down the Algerian right near side, into Yebda. Yebda is not venturing very far forward. He's just anchoring in the centre there of midfield. Algeria, at least, haven't got a striker to trouble England so far. As Lampard tries to get the ball through to Wayne Rooney, it's gone down under the challenge. Rooney looked to the referee, perhaps for a free kick, and Algeria play on. Chris Waddle for the first time in this second half.
Well, I haven't really started any tempo different from what they did in the first half. Same shape, and luckily enough, as I said, for them, they'll give a free kick here, about 30 yards out. I'm sure somebody will strike this. Ziani.
Well, if England don't win this game tonight, if they think there's pressure out there this evening, then that's nothing compared to what they'll have in Port Elizabeth against Slovenia next Wednesday. And here's a big moment perhaps for Algeria. Having been happy to contain for the most part, Bagheera particularly can thump the dead balls. He's just not too far away from this. Ziani is often involved in the set pieces. England lining up, and now here's a big testing moment for David James. This Algeria free kick is a long, long way away from the England goal. David James stands on his line. The free kick to be smashed in for Algeria, straight into the England wall, and the ball breaks to the far side of the field where Johnson can't get there against Ziani, who turns around him brilliantly. Ziani for Algeria. Johnson made a good recovery, and now it's Lennon. Lennon will be given perhaps 10 or 15 minutes to see what he can do down the right hand side. I agree with Alan. They really need Joe Cole, I think, his enterprise in the second half, as Algeria tidy up once more, and it's a neat header back to the goalkeeper Mboy. Chris.
There's Ziani. Brilliant change of pace and direction, and he's got to beat Nick Glenn Johnson every time he picks it up.
Just a little shake of the hips, it does it really, as now the ball is launched forward towards Matt Moore. Matt Moore doesn't control it first time, but now he's going to try and turn with the England defenders. And here's a crossing opportunity. Ball dragged back onto the England area to Matt Moore, surrounded by white shirts. Moments here of danger for England. Then Algeria lose their way, and England give the ball back once more to David James in the goal away to our right. This is 5 Live, second half, 3 minutes old. England 0, Algeria 0. David James getting impatient here before he makes the clearance. James brings the ball forward and now aims it towards Heskey and Rooney in the Algeria half. Heskey header on, looking for Rooney. Rooney now looking to play it into Gerrard. It was very well defended by Bulgaria at the back there for Algeria. And now they look to get forward once more. Lovely touches in midfield at times. And then Bulgaria's just hammered it down the centre towards Matt Moore. And John Terry penalised. Clumsy challenge by the Chelsea captain. Algeria were looking for it, and they've got another free kick.
He's a nuisance, Matt Moore. He doesn't jump, he just gets his body on the lane of the ball, and John Terry's focused on it. And that's 2 in a row. He's just brought him down now.
Well, it's a very long way out, but with this World Cup ball, anything's possible. Yebda at the moment is placing it, and Algeria just in conversation around the ball here. It's going to be Lassen, I think, who might take responsibility.
It's Yebda.
Or maybe Yebda. Yebda at the moment is marching, and perhaps he's going to run in and try and smash this one towards David James. Lassen standing over the ball. Maybe he will touch this one off.
Not 10 yards of it.
No. England with a wall of 5. Referee wants them back another couple of feet. So, David James crouches away to our right. We'll try and get everything behind this if it comes his way. Yebda, perhaps of Portsmouth, is going to hit this towards his own Portsmouth goalkeeper, David James. Here it comes. Yebda's drive all along the ground. Johnson managed to take all the sting out of it. And Heskey in the right back position now to try and loop. It's only Aaron Lennon up front, and that was poor play from Emil Heskey. Straight back again to the Algerians, and it's Yebda. I mean, Yebda and Belhaj, who are tonight looking $1 million out there for Algeria against this multi-million-pound England team. Ball played into the England penalty area. It doesn't trouble David James, but James is showing loads of signs of frustration down there with his defenders, and England need to be together here.
Well, they just can't get the ball. It's simple as that, mate. They're not moving it, they're not quick enough, they can't pick it up, they can't pick second balls up. They're just stretched out where they're very compact. Yes, they're just lucky, England, so far, let's be honest, that Algeria haven't got a cutting edge. They have not got a centre forward.
Chris, what a terrible ball that was there by Gareth Barry. Nobody just seems to want to hold the ball here. They're showing all the fear that Fabio Capello talked about when he took over. Gripped by anxiety. Michael Carrick at the moment doing some stretches down there. Fabio Capello's back in the technical area looking for an improvement here. England concede yet another free kick, and they haven't been able to build up any kind of flow at all at the start of the second half. It really is a shapeless performance here, lacking conviction and confidence. But most important of all here, just afflicted too much by the expectation, I think. England 0, Algeria 0 on 5 Live, and already 6 minutes gone in the second half as Bulgaria thumps the free kick into the England half. Carragher gets above the striker, but that little flick there from Ziani. Matt Moore's there. Lennon's trying to track back, and the ball is out of play down the right, and it's going to be an England throw-in. But they just haven't got going again here, and Capello will have to make changes soon. Injection perhaps from the bench. Milner, Cole, Carrick, Defoe would all love to come on, I'm sure, to try and lift this England performance. Ball still inside the England half. It's been pretty much there for the whole of this second half. Rooney's hardly had a touch at the start. Now he might get it now. Rooney's flicked to Gerrard. Gerrard's early ball now for Heskey down the right-hand side. Algeria now trying to get players back. Heskey takes possession down the England right. Needs some delivery here, Emil Heskey. He's stumbling into the penalty area, and a nothing cross comes in from Heskey. And that really was wretched from Heskey. England broke well. Clever ball to Emil Heskey. The ball just seemed to get tangled up under his feet, and there was nothing at the end of it.
No, it just sums England up, I'm afraid to say. Just nothing's happening. There's nobody, as you say. I think probably Steven Gerrard's the only one who's looked like trying to do anything when he's had the ball. Apart from that, very lacklustre performance by everybody.
Abject performance, and you just wonder also whether Gareth Barry is going to be able to finish the game here, having been out since the first week of May, back past the goalkeeper Mboy. This is Barry's first game for some weeks, and you just wonder whether he'll have the stamina to be able to see it through. So that's perhaps why the likes of Milner and Carrick are warming up. Johnson caught in possession over on the far side, but the referee's going to penalise Ziani, and Johnson's gone down under the challenge, and England have a free kick.
I tell you what's noticeable though, mate, I know that's high, we've got the benefit of replay, you can't show your studs, you know that, but I can't believe the difference in technique. We find it hard to control the ball and pass it and move, and our first touch is the difference in the two teams is amazing.
But most of these Algerian players were schooled in France, weren't they? At academies around Clairefontaine. Some of them I know were coached there, and they just look so much more comfortable on the ball. Free kick to England, 0-0. Heskey now trying to shield the ball on the chest. Drops it back into midfield to Barry. There's no shape here, though, for England. It's Gareth Barry now giving the ball away. Tired pass there by Gareth Barry. And here come Algeria on the break, almost finding Matt Moore. England just managed to cut the ball out, and Ashley Cole threads it back once more to goalkeeper David James. What a careless bit of football that was from Gareth Barry. Now the clearance from James. Heskey doesn't even make a challenge. It's headed back by Algeria, and they've got a man yards offside, and England have a free kick. But there's absolutely no tempo at all here from England.
Oh, it's a free kick to Algeria. Offside.
And already nearly 9 minutes gone in the second half. England will be very fortunate if they go on to win this game. Free kick to Algeria. Matt Moore can't control it. England getting themselves into difficulty here. Then there's a foul on Ashley Cole, and they have the free kick. But they lack belief here. Something has to happen to change this for England. Lampard now of England, shuffling forward. Everybody's running away from him. Lampard, nobody helping him out. Barry now manages to sidestep Larson in midfield. Gerrard back to Barry. Nobody wants to hold the ball here. Lampard appeals for a handball, but they lose their way again in midfield to England. And then Algeria give the ball away carelessly. Lampard now to Steven Gerrard. Gerrard pulls it back to an Algerian defender. And hands go on heads all around us here, because that was a good opportunity for England. I think Chris was saying in the first half that that's the one weakness of this Algerian team, that sometimes they can give the ball away in dangerous areas. England have a corner. Now, can they settle themselves down in this game here? The short corner to Lennon of England. Lennon on the edge of the area, whips in a left footer, can't get past the first defender, who's Belhaj. Belhaj's clearance to Matt Moore. Ashley Cole stabs it back, and it's out of play over on the far side for an Algeria throw.
Well, Gerrard there looking, there was 3 white shirts arrived in the box. Lampard, Heskey and Rooney at the far post. Just didn't pick one out.
Just getting a television close-up of David Beckham, and Beckham would have given this England team a little bit more accurate service, I think, had he been over on that right-hand side. Here come Algeria on the halfway line. A looping ball to this near side of the field. Ashley Cole rising above Kadir. Still in play, though. It's 0-0 here in Cape Town, and only 35 minutes to go. Step overs now from Boudabous. Gareth Barry trying to hold him up, but Boudabous now feeds Matt Moore once more, drives forward on the edge of the area. England close him down, but Yebda picks up the loose ball. They're quicker to the ball each time, Algeria. Now Lennon's ball. Heskey's all on his own down the right hand side. Players will now try and support him. Square ball to Rooney. Charging forward is Lennon. Rooney holds it up and played the ball behind Steven Gerrard. Ashley Cole does well to nip in, and Ashley Cole feeds Lampard, and Lampard, he didn't want to hold it. Lampard gives it back to Ashley Cole. Rooney in a tangle in the penalty area, doesn't control it. Nobody here wants to take responsibility for England.
I think that's it.
Here come Algeria once more.
Algeria, they're just playing out. As I said, if Algeria had a good centre forward, I'm telling you, this game would have been over.
Yebda, dangerous ball to the far side of the field to the other Pompey player, Belhaj, who's racing forward. Glenn Johnson almost got it away from him. Still danger here. Nice little flick from Ziani. England are not clearing the ball, and Lennon's failed to cut it out. Ziani feels Belhaj over on the left-hand side. Ashley Cole's going to give away a corner here. England at 6s and 7s at times, and there's just nobody here assuming the mantle of responsibility.
You're looking at who you take off to liven it up. You can take basically anybody off. It's all, it's all right saying let's take Aaron Lennon off and let's take Wayne Rooney's finding it hard. Emile Heskey's finding it hard. Frank Lampard, great opportunity shoot, pulls out and goes wide.
Never seen Rooney so ineffective for England so far tonight. But he's a gifted enough player to be able to change that in the next half an hour. England 0, Algeria 0, but now England and their defenders, and remember they don't tend to keep clean sheets, have to face a corner kick. Lots of green shirts in the England penalty area. Corner kick is knocked back short. to Ziani. Ziani will try and whip this ball in to the penalty area. England look to Heskey to clear it, and now can Gerrard run the ball out of defence, but he can't control it, and immediately, and this is a great tribute to Algeria, Graham Taylor paying them a compliment at half-time, they hunt the ball back straight away as soon as they've lost it, and now a nice change of pace from Buildup. Yebda slips the defender on the edge of the area, Carragher, and he's got the free kick.
Yep. It was a
dangerous position, and a yellow card for Carragher, who's out of the next game.
Buildup, wonderful talent, little trick. Yebda plays it the wrong side of Carragher. He struggled to turn. He did block him off, and the referee was close by and spotted it.
Matthew Upson will have to play, one assumes now, in the next game against Slovenia. Carragher's out of the next match, his second yellow card in his second game. And this is a dangerous free kick again for Algeria on the edge of the England penalty area to the left as we look at it. David James guards his post. Who's going to take this? Ziani maybe?
I can't believe he's going to roll it for somebody to hit. You've got to go direct. Whoever's charging will block it. In the modern day football, you've got to be brave, and you've got to hit it off a dead ball.
Well, it's Ziani at the moment standing over the ball, the man who'll be playing, if he stays with Wolfsburg, for Steve McLaren next season in Germany. Champions League experience, and James on his haunches crouches. So England defending this free kick, and it's smashed in and wide in the end, and that's not taking a deflection. Ziani unselfishly fed it, and it was lashed well wide of David James in the end, and we played 14 minutes of the second half. Who was it who struck it in the end?
The centre half. I don't know why they're rolling the ball. What a position he's got there to run up and bend it or strike it with pace. You don't need to roll it.
Well, Algeria's preparation spot on tonight for England. They've denied them the possession. They've worked harder than England. None of England's so-called big players have got into the game at all, particularly Wayne Rooney, and now England have a throw-in down this near side. And if they win this, they are going to be extremely fortunate. Ashley Cole with the throw-in. Heskey and Rooney in the area. We're reaching the point now where surely Fabio Capello will think about changes with just over half an hour to go. England throw-in. Ashley Cole seems to be running out of ideas here. Throws it onto Gerrard's back, and England lose it straight away. John Terry tries to play it back. Lampard will bring it down and send it forward to Rooney, and Rooney can't control it, and Lampard didn't want to hold it either, but somehow at the end of all of that they get a corner kick out of it.
Well, Sean Wright-Phillips is going to come on, and that'll be got to be for Lennon. Well, let's be honest, hasn't had a great game, but you could take anybody off tonight.
And so still no Joe Cole at this World Cup for England. England 0, Algeria 0 on 5 Live. Steven Gerrard, the England captain, with an England corner kick. White shirts wait in the area. In goes the kick. Goalkeeper fists it and holds onto it in the end. In fact, he didn't fist it. He juggled with it and then tumbled over and made the catch. And the opportunity goes begging, and we're into the last half an hour of this game. And Sean Wright-Phillips, who came on, of course, against the USA in that game, is coming on now. We'll get a word from Graham Taylor in a moment as John Terry tries to head the ball towards the halfway line. There are big spaces, though, in the midfield for England. They're being outnumbered there. They're being outplayed out there. They're being outfought in midfield, as well as now Algeria send another good ball to Belhaj over on the far side. Belhaj into Yebda. Back again to Yebda. Algeria just teasing England at the moment as they just pass the ball around. Then they play the ball across the field to Bagheera, who lays it off neatly to Kadir. Here's danger again now. If Kadir can get a cross in, Ashley Cole closes him down.
Wonderful football. The confidence this team's shown, considering this team's come in without winning football matches.
3-0 they lost to the Republic of Ireland a few weeks ago in one of their warm-up games. But they're holding England and, in fact, doing more than that really here. They're completely frustrating England. And now it's Lennon, who'll be coming off soon, we think. Rooney now trying to find some space here. Rooney to Johnson over on the England right-hand side. England trying to get bodies forward now. Glenn Johnson enters the Algerian half. Rooney takes over once more. England, though, with few ideas this evening. Ashley Cole now trying to show a bit more determination. Good ball to Rooney. Doesn't control it, though. Normally sweeps those in under his control. Algeria, they'll make a mess of the clearance. Lampard now finding Lennon. Rooney's waiting. Lennon with a shot in. Oh, and it almost dropped to Rooney. It was a powerful cross in the end from Lennon, which has taken a deflection off the Algerian defender Halish, and England have a corner far side. Gareth Barry to take it, and now the change about to be made by Fabio Capello. No surprise, the man coming off is Aaron Lennon, and coming on to play tonight on the right-hand side. Remember, he played on the left against the USA is Sean Wright-Phillips. Just to repeat, Jamie Carragher now, second yellow card of the tournament, will be suspended from the next game. England corner. Barry to take it, left-footed, over on the far side. In it goes, and the goalkeeper fumbles. Doesn't control it, but there's nobody there to threaten him in a white shirt of England. And Algeria with a good ball out of defence. Lovely control again from buildup. And smoothly now Algeria build from the back once more. And now Yebda really bossing midfield. Good ball into the centre circle. They're keeping it and they're moving it. All the things that England aren't doing in this game. Algeria now, Bouguera, that's a tidy ball from him as well. England can't get the ball away from Algeria just at the moment, as now it's given away from Ziani, and we can bring in Graham Taylor. 18 minutes gone in the second half. It's not really any better, Graham, is it?
It's no different from the first half. Algeria have outplayed England. To England's advantage, really, is that what Algeria haven't done, they haven't had the number of shots at goal. For all of the possession, their movement of the ball, they've not really hurt England in their penalty box, and that might yet rescue England. But it's the same, Algeria moving about.
Terrible back pass from John Terry, and James has to come out of his goal. And there again you have, in a nutshell, England's problem here tonight. The edginess and the anxiety. We talked about Lampard half-hearted. Long ball forward now. Heskey won't get it. John Terry there. What on earth was he doing? And he really sold David James short. And James, fortunately from England's point of view, was alive and came out quickly to clear. A word from Chris Waddle in a moment. And now Carragher takes possession again for England.
Well, it's just we can talk about it and technique and movement and looking after the ball, and we haven't shown anything tonight. We didn't show it a lot in the first game there against America, and it's the same old problems.
Well, I'm longing to hear Fabio Capello's explanation afterwards on this one. He thought they played well against the USA. Well, they've been lamentable so far here tonight, and we've played over an hour of this game, moving towards already the halfway point of the second half. England 0, Algeria 0. The crowd very quiet. For the neutral, it's a very poor game. So much goodwill in this city for English football in Cape Town. They must be very disappointed, the locals here tonight. And now Belhaj chases and won't get that over on the far side of the field. Still time for England to win the game, but they're completely lacking conviction and belief here. Steven Gerrard now sends the ball forward. Rooney this time doesn't I thought he was going to control that, but it spins off his ankle once more, and Algeria look to go forward until Ashley Cole comes in with a sliding challenge, and England have a throw in on the halfway line. The Algerians upset with the decision there by the linesman. 20 minutes gone on 5 Live. It's England 0, Algeria 0. Gareth Barry, we just wonder how much longer he'll be able to play in this game, having been out since the 5th of May. Barry on the ball. Started the game quite smoothly, but he's tiring and labouring a little bit now in this game. Carragher for Johnson. Wright-Phillips is looking for his first touch. He's got it now, just inside the Algeria half. Wright-Phillips taking on Belhaj. Wright-Phillips in the end invited the challenge. He's still got a chance here. Spins away from Belhaj and is brought down. England have a free kick. Now, can they do something positive here?
Well, Sean Wright-Phillips, fair play to him. I thought he'd overrun it, kept it in, and then Belhaj dives in, earns themselves a free kick. And England's set pieces and, well, general play has not been good, but it's always an opportunity for them.
It's a young goalkeeper making his first appearance for Algeria. He's been put under absolutely no pressure at all. Can Gareth Barry do that now with this free kick for England wide on the right? John Terry goes forward, and belatedly Carragher too. It's a terrible kick, but it's not cleared well by Algeria. Lampard now tries to turn and pulls the ball back straight to the Algerian defender, Yahia, and England lose their way once more. Throw into Algeria over on the far side.
Do you know what it looks like, mate? You know, they look as if, I don't know if they overtrain or they do something. They just all look so heavy-legged, whether it's a confidence thing, and I always talk about it. It is a massive factor, and especially when you play for England, but a lot of players lacking confidence, and I think that's why they're looking tired.
It's the tension, and it's the anxiety, I think, more than anything else. Underlined in so many of the performances here tonight. Such substandard by players who normally do so well for their clubs. Now the chase is on, and Carragher's looking for David James to help him out, and James didn't come and help him out, and in the end Carragher had to hoof it to safety down this near side of the field.
Well, he needs to come a little bit earlier, doesn't he, David James?
Question marks all over the field here. England 0, Algeria 0. We'll be going to Alan Green in a moment as Boudabous now tries to trick his way around Heskey. Heskey manages to tidy up. Boudabous goes back in again, and the referee didn't like the challenge. So at the halfway point, 3/4 of the way through this game, England putting themselves under enormous pressure in this group. It's England 0, Algeria 0, and here is Alan Green.
I just shudder to think what you'll be saying on 606. 0500 909 693. Remember, be careful with your language. Because frankly, I know what I'm thinking about this performance, and I certainly can't say it. Gerrard coming forward, overran the ball, and through it goes to Mboyi. Feeble. Absolutely feeble. Every single one of them. I can't think of any England player that you can excuse at the moment. Mboyi, the goalkeeper, who plays in the Bulgarian league, lashes it upfield and it goes straight through to David James. James taps it out to Carragher, who'll be missing. Whatever the circumstances, he'll miss the Slovenia match, suspended. And the way things stand, England will have to beat Slovenia to qualify on 5 points. From arguably the easiest group in the World Cup. Here's Gerrard. In now to Barry. Barry's looked leggy throughout, frankly, but that's a good pass forward to Rooney. Rooney's pass to Gerrard was awful. I've never seen Rooney worse playing for England. Never. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to pick on him. It's just he's such an outstanding talent. We expect so much more. It's with Bougherra. Bougherra to Halish.
They know what they're doing, don't they? They're technically excellent, Alan. You know, the difference, and we talk about millions of differences the other night, by the way, but the main thing is they all know where each other is, and it's one touch, two touch, little trick, little this. They just, everybody knows they're on the same wavelength, where England are just so disjointed. They give the ball away. They don't know, they're playing blind passes. They don't know where they're going at times. And that's, for me, whether it's team shape working on it or confidence is the main thing, and I don't think many players have got it.
Matt Moore falls over on the far side of the field, and that's fortunate enough for England. He thinks he was fouled, but it's a goal kick to England. 21 minutes left of this pretty abysmal game. Actually, I think Carragher fouled him. Carragher, remember, already booked in the game. Here's Sean Wright-Phillips. He's got Johnson wide to his right. Johnson about 10 yards over the halfway line. This is 5 Live in the BBC. England, abysmal England 0, Algeria 0. But Gerrard puts Heskey through. Heskey's shot was weak, loops in the air, off a defender and behind for a corner. I had no conviction whatsoever that Heskey could finish it.
I think he tried to cross it. He should have hit it hard and low and let the goalie save it. He's going to save it. He's trying to pull it back. Look for Rooney running into the far post.
Barry to take the corner for England. 20 minutes left for play. We'll not forget how bad a game this is. But if England can only sneak a win. Barry, deep cross. Gerrard with a header straight at the goalkeeper from a long range.
Terrible marking by Algeria. He fell asleep. Good movement. Good header by Gerrard. Nobody in front of the goalkeeper. He gets somebody in front of the goal. It's a little touch into goal. But again, the goalkeeper holds the ball well.
Belhaj to Lassen. Lassen put his defender under pressure, but he clears it upfield to Matt Moore. Matt Moore tackled by Barry. Ball breaks to Johnson. Back to Carragher. And now Terry. Terry to the far side and Johnson. And Johnson's a little bit of room and he finally moves into the opposition half. Finds Gerrard. Into Lampard. How poor has Frank Lampard been as well? Gerrard. You can say that of all of them, of course. Gerrard, that's a better run forward. Gerrard approaching the penalty area. That his cross was poor. Algeria get the ball off the England captain and it's cleared to the far side to Belhaj. Belhaj into Boudebouz. They look so much more technically efficient than England. This is a shameful thing to say. Here's Ziani. Ziani now into Matt Moore. Matt Moore with plenty of room there. England defenders around him but not close enough to him. Plays the ball to the left towards Belhaj. Belhaj back to Lassen. Lassen sweeps the cross in. Diving header clear by Carragher. Here's Heskey to Lampard. Lampard leaves it for Johnson. And I think Michael's getting quite upset about this England performance, isn't he? Anyway, it's head upfield. And Algeria had the ball back. It doesn't get any better, does it, Chris? Abdoun, a midfield pro, will be coming on shortly. And Defoe as well. Many people thought Defoe was going to start this game instead of Heskey.
Well, he would have got any service. It's been a very, very, very poor performance against a team who's coming to this tournament with the worst record in the friendlies.
well, it seems almost inconceivable to think it, but, you know, Rooney could easily be substituted. He's been that poor. Here's Gerrard on the halfway line to Barry, or left it for Barry. Barry thought Gerrard was going to take it up again. 18 minutes to go. Shocking game here in Cape Town. What a shame. So much goodwill towards England in this city. South Africans proving that for them, England aren't far short of Bafana. Here's Rooney shooting from long range, wide of goal. Goal kick. Nothing happening at all. Here is Defoe. Well, I suppose it's got to be for Heskey. No, it's not. It's Lennon.
Heskey.
Or not like, what am I talking about? I think they could put the wrong number up, you know. They put 7 up. What's happening? No. They got the Algerian sub first. Right. So Abdun for Budabuz.
Well, can't believe they took him off.
No, I think he's been playing well.
Excellent.
And Defoe for Heskey. Well, it can't get any worse. Can't get any worse. 17 minutes to go. It's hit towards Jermaine Defoe, but beyond him. And the goalkeeper prevents it going behind for a goal kick. Has he been put under any pressure at all? Goalkeeper?
No, 4th choice at Marseille used to be.
Now with Slavia Sofia. The long clearance from the Algerian goalkeeper, and Matt Moore adjudged to have maybe handled the ball. It's a free kick to England. Imagine coming, you know, halfway across the world to watch this, you know, as an England fan. It's blind loyalty. England 0, Algeria 0 on 5 Live. The line's open for 606. 0500 909 693. Mind your language. Here's Barry. Barry to Gerrard. Lampard. Gerrard on to Defoe. Defoe into the penalty area. No conviction though. Defender's got a cross. It's put behind for a corner.
Oh, that was a lot better, wasn't it? A few 1-2s, a little bit of movement, a bit of pace about the attack. But Defoe, a great saving tackle yet again. How many times we talked about this Algerian defence?
The corner to be taken by Steven Gerrard on the far side of the field. Terry is in the penalty area. Terrible corner. Didn't beat the first defender. Awful. Bit like that free kick by Barry about 5 minutes ago. Here's Ashley Cole after the Algerian clearance to Lampard, or Terry rather. Look how firmly Terry hit the pass back towards Carragher. Technique again, poor. Ashley Cole for England. On to Barry in the halfway line. He tried to feed it towards the left-hand side. Didn't find Sean Wright-Phillips, who's switched from right to left. Here's Lampard, though, to Gerrard. Gerrard on towards Defoe. Defoe chases after it. Rooney into the penalty area. The cross was there and he hit the defender behind for a corner.
That was a decent run, but the ball by Gerrard, yes, nice run, he spotted it, but he's gone away from the goal. And that's all he could do. He tried to hook it in, and they've worked themselves yet another corner.
So we've had a wretched free kick from Barry, a wretched corner by Gerrard, and now Lampard's going to take this corner. Get it right. Hit high, looking for Terry. Terry heads it down. Barry with a shot. Hits the defender. Appeals for a handball. Can't have been a penalty. Can't have been. No chance of that, and the referee rightly ignores it.
I think it's Alish who's come out and closed it down. He didn't know anything about it. He turned on the half and it's just bounced up and he's turned. It's just hit him.
14 minutes left for play. England corner. Almost level over the edge of the Algerian penalty area. Throw goes to Terry. Now taken up by Gerrard. Wright-Phillips never even looked as he flicked the ball. And he shrugged off by Abdun, the substitute for Algeria. Matt Moore hits it away towards the far side, towards Belhaj. Belhaj scampers forward towards the England penalty. Siani's return pass, poor, behind for a goal kick.
Well, Belhaj wanted it. He played the 1-2. Now, Ziani, for me, did the right ball. Belhaj pulled up. I don't know why, but they've still got that threat on the counter-attack, haven't they? But they've dropped a little bit deep, and England's getting a little bit more time on the ball. A
reminder of the point situation in the group. If this finishes level at 0-0, Slovenia will be top on 4 points. The USA and England will both have 2 points, and Algeria will have 1 point. England would qualify in that scenario if they beat Slovenia. With this form, who knows? Johnson crosses in. And Defoe tried to dive forward ahead as the defender headed away, and it's another corner to England. And they're building up just a little bit of steam.
Well, I would say Algeria have just come off the pace slightly. They're dropping a little bit deeper. They're letting England come up to the box and I'm not saying they're putting good crosses in, but no, that's what, 5 corners.
12 minutes to go. Lampard's corner, too deep, headed away. Johnson heads into Barry. Barry chips it into the penalty area, headed up by Buguera. Johnson still there, might break to Rooney, doesn't break to Rooney. Defoe though flicks it in the direction of Gerrard, overhit behind for a goal kick.
It looks like they've never worked on a set piece or general play. They just don't seem to be on the same wavelength.
Well, Graham has continually made the point, Graham Taylor, that he just understands, and neither do I, this business of naming the team 2 hours before kickoff. How do you prepare your team? How do you prepare your starting 11 that you presumably decided on sometime earlier for a game when the players don't even know it? Don't understand it. Here's Buguera inside the final dozen minutes. Algeria have been the better team throughout the game. Abdun, the substitute, in towards Matmore, half cleared by Carragher, flags up for offside against Abdun.
Yeah, he's give offside. And, but again, they still have that threat, the technique. You can't fault Algeria. This is probably, if you say to the manager, can you play any better? He's going to say no. Would love a bit more quality in the box in the final third, but as for a football team, they've played very, very well.
Graham Taylor, 10 yards away to our left. Still anxious.
Yeah, still anxious. England have come a little bit more into it, I think as much by probably Algeria tiring that little bit. And there's no doubt about it that I wouldn't say this is their best spell, because you can't hardly use the word best, but I think they're just beginning to come into the game, and we'll just have to see right at the death if they would win it. It would be somewhat unfairly if they do, but let's hope that's the case.
Well, certainly, even if England do win the game, well, dare anybody name England as potential World Cup winners in this display. The ball played towards Gerrard, but overhit again the pass, and it's behind for a goal kick. Well, why isn't Ashley Cole on?
Ashley Cole, he's playing.
Oh, not Ashley Cole, sorry. The other Cole, Joe.
Well, obviously Capello doesn't fancy him, simple as that. He's warming up down behind the goal with a couple of other players, Milner and Peter Crouch, which I think they've got to look at. Somebody's gone down. It's Ziani, and I think he's got cramp.
Ziani might be coming off.
Yeah, he's got cramp.
Because Guadura, the number 17, is coming on. It is Ziani who's going to leave. How many minutes to go? 10 minutes to go. Certainly, I don't think there's been a worse World Cup game here in South Africa than this one. Or am I being too harsh?
No, I think you're being very fair. I've got to say I've enjoyed watching Algeria play, but they haven't got a cutting edge in the box. But the way they play, nice on the eye. Just amazes me how, what slacked us down, and I keep saying, probably every World Cup we keep saying the same thing. Technically, we just struggled with the ball at our feet.
Unbelievable. Still 0-0, England and Algeria. I'm sure Ziani didn't want to come off, but if he's got cramp, really he has to. And his side just not quite as comfortable over the last few minutes as they've been for most of the game. Johnson, fair challenge according to the referee, close by. Wright Phillips takes it forward, but never looked likely to beat Belhaj. Algeria have the ball. It's back with Yahia, the captain. Yahia switches it towards the right side. Accurately played. Kadir on to Abdun. Abdun tries to backheel the ball, hits Ashley Cole, moves in the direction of Rooney, and Rooney now gets a second chance as Gerrard finds him, and then Rooney loses the ball. It is, I think, without question, the worst I've ever seen Wayne Rooney play for England.
Oh, he's limping now.
0-0, 8 minutes left for play. 0500 909 693 is the number to call if you want to take part in 606. And please, just be careful what you say, language-wise. There's a foul now on Sean Wright Phillips. Free kick to England is the result. Just ahead of the centre circle, slightly to the right. Wright Phillips takes it to Johnson on the far side of the field. Can this England display be redeemed? Not with a cross like that. Wildly overhit by Glenn Johnson, behind for a goal kick.
Well, I'm sure the ball will be mentioned after. But it's funny how Algeria seem to kick it right.
Yeah, they do. You know, playing it accurately to one another. Goodness gracious. Goal kick taken now by Mboyi. Less than 8 minutes to go. Terry heads it back. Here's Gerrard. Gerrard finds Lampard. Lampard dinks it in the direction of Johnson. Johnson on to Wright Phillips on the far side of the field. Defoe's ahead of him. Wright Phillips was never looking upfield. Plays it back to Glenn Johnson. It's almost at walking pace as Johnson moves across the halfway line.
Peter Crouch is going to come on. Last resort now.
Here's Barry to Lampard. Lampard to Wright Phillips. And on to the far side. The England right and Johnson into Lampard. Yard outside the penalty area. Lampard almost tripped in the ball. Feeds it to the right side to Johnson. Johnson easily loses it. Far too easily loses it. He's had a poor game. They've all had a poor game. And there's a chance that the ball was played down the left side towards Belhaj, but it never reached him because Wright Phillips managed to block that pass upfield and it's out of play for a throw.
Well, he was in. Glenn Johnson just let him run. If he played the ball early and properly, he was away. There's Crouch for Heskey. Oh, Heskey's already gone. It's for Gareth Barry.
It's for Barry.
So well, Gerrard will go centre mid. Wayne Rooney left wing.
It's hardly been worth a place in the team, Rooney, in this display. I think Mike's ready to throw himself off the country, you know. He's having a terrible time, Michael, taking this performance in. And I'm not sure how much he's looking forward to talking to Fabio Capello. I'll certainly be fascinated to hear what Capello says about this. If he comes out with the same sort of drivel as he did after the US game when he said he thought we played well.
I think he will.
Wow, come off, we'll laugh at him.
Well, when does he ever not say, when does he ever criticise? Never.
Well, I'm sorry, but that'll be open to laughter if he thinks that this England display has been other than pathetic. England 0, Algeria 0. 6 minutes to go here in Cape Town. We've hardly had a chance worthy of the name.
Well, they haven't.
I mean, for all Algeria's good play, they haven't created anything.
No. Hey, tell you what, though, Alan, if they come and said when they went to the World Cup, what was their object? If they say we draw England and win the other two, that qualifies them. And that was their game plan, and they've had this set out for weeks.
Defoe to Wright Phillips over the halfway line, right in the centre circle, brought down. And that's certainly a free kick, might well be a yellow card.
Yep.
It is to Lassen.
Yep, silly, didn't need no Belhaj, just took it off, he'd overrun it. Wright Phillips.
A reminder of the number for 606, 0500 909 693. England take the free kick too quickly. Now they take it to the referee's satisfaction. Lampard onto Johnson down the right side into Wright Phillips. Wright Phillips spins, beats the defender, does he? Tries to get the cross in, partially blocked behind for a corner.
That's big corner number 6 from that right hand side, hasn't it? They've had a lot of joy getting down that area, but no good deliveries.
5 minutes to go on 5 Live. 0-0 in Cape Town. Wretched game. Corner for England. Lampard from the right in towards the near post. Defoe went to meet it, and I think arguably that came off the defender in the end.
I think it come off Defoe's back. Yeah, he has still stayed down. Maybe he's clashed heads. We'll see.
Well, there was a foul on Gerrard. That certainly wasn't spotted. But anyway, it's a goal kick. What do we know about it?
Come off Defoe's back.
I'm going to struggle to think of anything good to say about England tonight. Nothing. They were far better playing against the US than this. And Algeria have played well, but they're lower category opposition, let's face it, in terms of world football.
Tell you what, though, the technique is far superior to England's.
Belhaj running down the left flank. Carragher gets there, plays it back to James, and James belts it over the halfway line towards Crouch, the latest England substitute. Good header down by Crouch. Rooney should have made that his and didn't. Beaten by Yebda. Now it's with Kadir. Kadir in towards Matmour. Kadir again. To Yebda. And now to the right side. They're playing well again, Algeria. Shot driven in from long range. Hits the backside of Gerrard. Rebound to Defoe, who loses it. And then it's won by Lampard, who gives it away. Lamentable display by England. 3.5 minutes to go. Another shot by Algeria. Beaten away by the England defence. Rooney was being fouled. Rooney keeps his feet. Good advantage played by the referee. Then Rooney's pass was wildly over-adventurous towards Wright Phillips, and it's back in the possession of Algeria with Matmour to Belhaj on the far side into Lassen. over the halfway line, left of the centre circle, and plays it back to Halish towards this near side, and Kadir tackled by Ashley Cole. Cole did well, winning the ball. Rooney leaves it for Gerrard now to Lampard inside the centre circle, on to Johnson. There's still time to redeem this. Not the poverty of the display, but getting the 3 points, not with a shot like that from 35 yards by Lampard, well wide.
Well, I think everything will be coming up on your phone in Alan. I'm sure that. Listen to boos. And
who would blame them?
But yeah, they've got a fair point. But when it boils down to it, I'll still say now, and I said it anyway. I think it's every World Cup now. We are very inferior on technique, and that's simple. It's short tonight again.
We've got a little over 2 minutes to go, plus added time. Another change for Algeria. I can see it's the number 20 coming on for the number 19. Yebda being replaced by Mesbah, a defender. And they're just tightening things up. They're taking the point now, aren't they?
This was a game plan.
When actually they've been worthy of all three.
They'll believe they can beat the USA, and that may get them through.
Well, let's hope they do beat the USA.
Well, we'll see.
The way things are,
they'll have the big centre forward back.
But England will have to beat Slovenia. Now, they should be able to beat Slovenia, but they should have been able to beat Algeria.
And America.
We're not taking anything for granted now, because England just haven't performed at this World Cup at all. A minute and a half to go. England 0, Algeria 0 on 5 Live. Rooney's pulling the Algerian player to his feet, unconvinced by the injury to Matt Moore, and he thinks Matt Moore's just wasting time. David Beckham showing a lot of frustration there, and I've always been a big critic of Beckham. I tell you what, some decent delivery from the flanks wouldn't have gone amiss tonight. Beckham would have done that. Belhaj to take the free kick as we enter the last minute of the game. Flicked it towards James. James didn't really come. He caught the ball, but he was under pressure. Under serious pressure there. Zapaguero's gone down injured. James belts the ball out of play so that Bagheera can receive treatment. So
that was a good delivery by Belhaj, wasn't it? A lot of bodies in there. Give David James credit. He kept his eyes on it, took it at his waist, chest high. There's a lot of bodies flying around in front of him. Well done.
I think Bagheera's all right, but I get the feeling the number of players who have gone down for Algeria in recent minutes suggests that, take the point.
What do you expect?
No.
Played well. Hey, their papers will be saying heroes, what Lowe's be saying zeros. So, they'll be delighted with this performance, Algeria.
Throw in to Algeria on the far side of the field. Where's the fourth official? The board, when he holds it up and tells us how much time will be added on,
4 there, did he?
Will be very critical for England. No, he hasn't lifted the board yet. He's moving to the touchline now. Play resumes. Punch in the number, mate, and tell us what it is. We're into added time as it is. 3 minutes of added time being played. England 0, Algeria 0. An apology of a game, certainly in terms of this England display. Look at that from Johnson. How careless was that, giving the ball away to Matt Moore. Matt Moore running forward, ran into Jamie Carragher. Carragher finds Gerrard. Good chested pass by Gerrard to Defoe, who almost fell over. Finds Gerrard. Gerrard forward to Lampard. Lampard breaking. Couldn't find the pass to Rooney. And then Defoe's shot hurried and over the crossbar.
Well, it would be an injustice, let's be honest. We'd love to see that went in. We'd love it to go in. But let's be honest, Algeria have been a better side.
I don't think England even deserved the point. So a win would be daylight robbery. England 0, Algeria 0. 2 minutes of added time remaining. Goalkeeper's goal kick, headed away by Carragher to the far side of the field. And still in play for Algeria with Mesbah. Mesbah holding off Johnson. And then a poor pass by Mesbah. Here's Crouch on the far side. Beats one defender, beats two defenders. Well done, Peter Crouch. And then, having done that, he pulls it back to Algeria when he got 3 colleagues infield.
He did ever so well to dribble 2 down that line. There's a block off, that's a free kick. No, he's give it, not give it. Yes, he has. A referee. Linesman never flagged.
Yep. Free kick against Glenn Johnson. We have said in the past, Johnson is not a good defender for a fullback. Hasn't he been exposed tonight? Free kick to Algeria. 1 minute of added time remaining here in Cape Town. England 0, Algeria 0. Those lines for 606 will be buzzing. 0500 909 693. I'll be presenting the programme in about 12 minutes time.
Rooney.
It's out of play on this near side of the field. Rooney made an aggressive challenge, to say the least. Didn't like the reaction of the Algerian player. Didn't like the reaction of the linesman. The Algerian player is still rolling around here.
Kadir.
He has to get up. Come on. It wasn't that bad.
No, he's running the clock, but he had to say it's in their benefit for him to get up. The clock's running down. They'll take the point.
Rooney's having a go at the Uzbekistan referee, uncalled for. He's been good, as he was in the opening game, as the referees have been generally here at the World Cup. Last chance.
Not the one today.
Last chance, though, for Algeria. Belhaj, left-footed, far too deep for that free kick, up over the crossbar, and we've had our lot. Or we should have. When the goal kick is taken, I think the referee will blow his whistle very soon.
There we go.
Johnson hits it upfield. One last opportunity. Headed away by Algeria. Picked up by Gerrard. Gerrard's pass was overhead towards Ashley Cole. Cole's done really well to win a corner. There is a chance for England. One final attempt. A corner to be taken from the left side. Gerrard's going to take it.
Gerrard's got to get in there quick. He's not even looking. They're not marking. They fell asleep a bit, Algeria.
Terry and Crouch wait. Playing deep. Looking for Crouch. Well defended by Algeria. Headed away. Final whistle goes. And England get what they deserve. A point? A joke. They deserve nothing. It was 0-0.
I've got to say, all the praise will go to Algeria. Yes, they haven't created a lot, but football-wise, at times they embarrassed us the way they could keep the ball. Technical ability was superb. And you've got to say that England was a dreadful performance.
Boy, am I looking forward to 606. Not. 0-0.